Hello, citizens of Barnwell. My name is David. I'm the Senior Program Coordinator right now with Generations Unlimited with the Gale Rays and the Blackville Senior Centers. If you're watching this, thank you. And if you're not, go ahead and tune in because we haven't really started. You haven't really missed anything yet. This will not be our average content that we put out. Today, I'm going to do about 15 minutes of wellness and relaxing with you guys. And then we're going to talk a little bit about some current events. We're going to talk about coronavirus, COVID-19. We're going to talk about health tips, how to stay healthy. And we're going to just start all that out with some wellness. So in the spirit of starting off with some wellness, let me start off with a cool song. Let some people maybe log in and enjoy some music from a local artist from Augusta, Georgia. This is Glory by Coach. Really cool band.
This is Coach with a song called Glory. Every time I call you mine, a lump starts to form in the throat of mine. And where the world used to seem obscene, the film has faded from my eyes, and I can't help but recognize the earth is like a dream. This mind keeps making me. Never knew a love like this could cut like acid through the mist of all the obstacles that I built. And this line I drew through sacredness and profane space has been erased. With every word you speak, a host of angels sing. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. You are mine, so I'm just buying time. But the story that you helped me tell is one of heaven, one of hell. That is not erased, just put back in its place. And I can feel my lungs grow strong as I learn to sing along the plot line spiraling. And at its core I see glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. You are mine, so I'm just buying time. I'm just buying time.
I feel like there's glory in you.
Super, super cool. That was actually recorded in a little tiny podcast studio in Augusta. Fun fact for you guys. So today we are doing Mindfulness 2021. We don't have our friends at Clemson SNAP-ED here for you, but I will not let you guys leave today without some yoga. So we're going to do some deep breathing. We're going to do a little bit of chair yoga, and then we're going to talk about COVID-19 and answer any questions that you guys might have. And that includes about like the vaccine and any programs going on, which gives me an opportunity to let you guys know we do have a vaccine program in our area that if you're in the first 1A subset, which a lot of us are, you can sign up online. We've got the links posted, and please message us or comment if you have any questions. But let's get started, right? So we're going to start this off with some deep breathing. I'm going to back up a little bit, and I'm going to count us through it. So we're going to do 5 deep breaths. We're going to go in through our nose. We're going to count to 5. We're going to go out through our mouth. Okay? Ready? So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. So if you're just joining us, we just did a little bit of deep breathing. Now we're going to get in that natural spine position, which means you want to take a seat. Go ahead and find a chair if you haven't already. We're going to sit back. We're really going to try to sit right up straight. You want your head over your heart, and then you want your heart over your hips. You want one straight line. We're going to get this natural position right here. Let me turn my camera down so you guys can see a little better. This natural position right here. And we really just want to sit in this position, and let's do 3 deep breaths, right? So on my count, and go. That's 1. That's 2. Make sure we're going in through our nose, do the whole cycle, out through our mouth. That's 3. Okay, so now we're already in this position right here. This is kind of our mountain pose. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to lean forward, and we're going to count to 10, okay? So I'm going to lean forward, and you really want to make sure that everything is still straight, and you're just leaning until you feel that stretch. Don't lean too much. This is about how much you want. You don't want to be totally over. So we're going to do this for 15 seconds, okay? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We just rock back and forth. You'll feel that lower back stretch. Now we're going to go into, I'm kind of copying a little bit of what the the Clemson SNAP education people did, but we're going to do this sun salutation. And the way we're going to do it, we're going to start with our hands out here. We're really just opening up physically and emotionally for other people, bringing things into our lives. Breathe in. Oh, and stretch. And down. All right, so we're going to start right here. We're going to go up, we're going to go down, and then we're going to go back out like that. Okay, we're going to do that 5 times. And 1. I kind of feel like like a Buddhist monk or something right now here. So we're just meditating. We're going out like this. Really stretch those shoulder blades. And now you're stretching your back. And now you breathe out. And then we breathe in. That's 3. That's 4. And now 1 more. And that's 5. Okay? So we're going to do our seated spinal twist. We're really stretching our backs out today. I woke up today, my back hurts right here. So I'm going to do what I can to knock that out. And hopefully we can kind of all knock out a little bit of back pain today. So with the seated spinal twist, we're just going to put our hands to our side, almost directly beside us. And we're just going to give a nice, healthy twist. We're going to do it 5 times to either side. And you really don't want to be pulling anything. You don't want to be stretching too hard. You just want to feel that nice, solid stretch, okay? So we're going to start with my right-hand side. Start with whichever side you want. And I'll count us out. And so 1, and we'll count to 10. And then we'll go over here for 1.5. All right, and now we'll go back to our first side. Back to that second side. And remember, we're only doing each side for a couple seconds. You don't want to overstretch. You really want to get that full, consistent stretch, okay? So I'm going to do 3 more. And if you guys have any exercises that you like to do, comment them. Message them to us. That's 4. We're going to do 1 more. And we'll incorporate whatever ideas you guys have into our future program, right? So now let's get these neck muscles stretched out. Especially if you slept a little bit weird, those neck muscles are really going to be what gets you, right? So I'm going to start by moving to my right, and we're just going to do like a very basic over to the side, over to the other side. I'm going to count to 15 on both sides. We're going to get that neck muscle stretched out a little bit. Then we're going to stretch our legs, and then we're going to do a little bit of education. So let me go to my right side. I'm going to count to 15. Remember, you really don't want to be pulling your head down. You almost don't have to even put your hand on it, except to just apply that little bit of pressure. That's 15. Now we'll go to the other side. That's 1. 14, 15. And now one more. We're going to go down. This is a really highly doctor recommended stretch, especially if you have neck stiffness or upper back pain. So you really just want to put that head down. You want to put some gentle passive weight on it, but you're not pulling anything down. You're just putting that gentle passive weight on it, right? So we're going to do that for 20 seconds, okay? Back of the head just like this. Don't pull, don't push. Just rest your hands on the back of your head. And 20. Okay, we're almost through the stretching, but I think this is really important to start off having a good day. I think you really want to do that whole body. And so we're going to do some calf stretches. I'm going to put my camera down a little bit so you can see them. It might be a little bit weird looking, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to have one leg out like this. We're going to have one leg flat on the ground. And what you want is to just go forward. You don't want it to pull. You just want to feel that stretch in the back of right here, right? So we're going to lean forward and we can reach down and we can put this toe directly going up like a 90-degree angle. And when we do that, that's going to stretch our calf right here. And that's what we want. So I'm going to count us down for 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, now we're going to switch legs. We're going to put this one straight down 90 degrees with the ground. This one, whichever one you didn't do before, lay it out a little bit. We really want to make sure our toe is pointing up, and we just want to lean down until we feel a little bit of a stretch. And 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can touch your toe if you feel really confident. All right, so we've got a little stretch going on. We're doing mindfulness 2021. We're trying to be mindful. We're trying to do the right things for our bodies. If there's one thing we've learned from COVID, it's that it is really important to be healthy. We have a presentation that we do internally to talk to the people that work at Generations Unlimited and Local Motion about COVID, and we've been taking everything really seriously. So let me show you what we've been doing with Local Motion, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of a presentation and try to educate a little bit about COVID-19. If there's something that you have a question about, if you're not sure about something I'm saying, shoot us a comment, shoot us a direct message. If you have any input, shoot us a comment. We'll feature it. I'll respond to you immediately. And we really encourage that. So without any further ado, here's a quick video, what we at Local Motion have been doing with COVID-19.
Here at Local Motion, safety is paramount for our customers, the community, and our staff. We provide masks and gloves and hand sanitizer for our drivers and masks and hand sanitizers for our passengers. And it is required that they wear a mask if they want to ride on our public transit system. When drivers and staff come to work, we take temperatures and do a health survey for the day to ensure that people are healthy, and we do weekly COVID testing of our employees. For our passengers, we limit the number of seats that we use on the bus so that we force social distancing. We have put up driver barriers. They're plexiglass barriers around the drivers so that both the drivers and the passengers are protected. We also have a very stringent sanitation process. The drivers are to sanitize with spray and wipes after each trip, but then every night we do a deep sanitation of every vehicle and our office space to protect our passengers and our staff.
All right, and so now we're going to talk a little bit more about, we've talked about what you can do about COVID-19 or what Generations Unlimited is doing, but I want to talk to you guys about what you can do to stay healthy and well. So I'm going to make this full screen, but I will be in the corner narrating the whole time. Let's make this presentable. How about that? Oh, beautiful. Let's take a look at it. Beautiful. And maybe we can put me in the corner. Oh, look at that. Excellent. Okay, so now we are trying to have a conversation about COVID-19. Our objectives, we want to understand everyone's experiences. We want to find ways for Generations Unlimited and Local Motion to be a positive impact for people. We want to catch up anybody that hasn't heard new information in a while, and we want to educate as much as we can about the upcoming COVID vaccine. So this is a question for you guys. How has COVID-19 affected you? And how has it affected your personal life? Are you employed? Is it affecting your job? If you're watching this, I just highly encourage you, go in and comment on the post or direct message us if you're not sure, because we'd love to figure out what difficulty you guys might be having and to help you, overcome that difficulty. Another question that we really want to know is, would you take the COVID-19 vaccine? If you wouldn't, we definitely want to talk to you about why. We want to make sure that you're making that decision for the right reasons. Maybe you would, and maybe you shouldn't. And so there's two sides of this coin. When should you get vaccinated? That's a big question. And in fact, I'm going to put this little banner up right here. COVID-19 questions, comment on the post. So as we go, if you guys have any questions, just comment them on this post. We'll move on to, is there anything that Generations Unlimited and Local Motion, the brands that we run in Barnwell, the services that we run in Barnwell, with our senior centers, with our activity, with our public transportation, is there any way that we can help you with something that you're going through right now? Best behaviors. For COVID-19, there are a few behaviors that you may have heard. There may be ones that you haven't heard. We're going to go through them real quick. You're going to want to wear a mask. Even if you're vaccinated, unfortunately, as of right now, everybody has to wear a mask to really feel like they're as safe as they need to be. We want a social distance by 6 feet. That, along with wearing a mask, reduces transmission rates by an insanely high amount. Wash your hands whenever you have the opportunity. Washing your hands is way better than using hand sanitizer. It's better for your skin. It's better for getting bacteria and viruses and germs off of you. Cover your coughs and sneezes. I've always been a big elbow guy, sneeze right there into my elbow. And I think that's coming. I think that's starting to be a little popular. That's a really good recommendation, especially if you're with people. You don't want to sneeze in their face. Even if you're wearing a mask, sneezes are so violent. Those germs can go anywhere. You guys know that. We want to clean and disinfect things regularly. Monitor your health, obviously. If something starts to change, you really want to let a doctor know. And with telehealth options in the city, and that's something that we can help you if transportation is a problem, we can help get you connected to telehealth. We can help get you physically to your appointment through local motion. Definitely contact us. Shoot us a message, shoot us a comment, whatever works best. Here's a quick video which talks about some basic health things that we can do. I'm going to play it for you guys. And I'm going to take myself out of here for a minute.
While our nation stays home to contain the spread of COVID-19, we can all stay healthy by eating healthy food, exercising at home, and taking care of our mental well-being. Here are some helpful tips to help you live well. Boost your immune system by keeping up healthy eating habits. Start by eating lots of colorful fruit and vegetables, such as dark leafy greens like spinach, orange veg like carrots and pumpkin, legumes like beans and split peas, starches like mealies and potatoes, tomatoes, cabbage, onions, and cucumber. Try to eat healthy snacks like homemade popcorn, fruit, and unsalted nuts. Watch how much you eat. Use smaller bowls and eat slowly. Exercise is a great way to boost your immune system and your mood. Here are a few simple workouts you can do at home. Get your heart rate up by doing jumping jacks, running on the spot, and skipping. Target your core with crunches and sit-ups. Strengthen your arms with push-ups and tricep dips. Build leg muscles with squats, lunges, and calf raises. To take care of your mental well-being, make sure you eat well. Exercise. Sleep at least 7 to 8 hours a night. Read, meditate, and focus on deep breathing. Stay healthy during COVID-19. For more tips and advice to eat well, exercise, and be mindful, visit discovery.co.za. Discovery. Stay informed, stay healthy.
All right. Now we're going to talk about some myths and some truths about the COVID-19 vaccine. Feel free to comment if you have any comments to this. Feel free to shoot us a message. Do you think we're wrong? Do you have any questions about how we got to something we got to? Let us know. One common thing that people have said about the COVID-19 vaccine is that it can affect women's fertility. Another thing people have said is that you still need a vaccine if you caught COVID-19. You need to wear a mask even if you get vaccinated. The side effects of the vaccine can be more dangerous than COVID-19. And the vaccine isn't safe because it was rapidly developed. Those are a lot of things that go on around the vaccine. Some of them are true. Some of them are not true. And so I'm going to try to give you guys a pretty visual explanation of them, and we can kind of talk through them as well. So, as to the first claim that the vaccine can affect a woman's fertility, that is not true. COVID-19 itself is actually more dangerous for pregnant women than for the average population. And there's really no conclusive or really no evidence to suggest that has any effect on fertility. If you got COVID-19, you don't need the vaccine. And that's actually another myth. You'll still need the vaccine because there's something called a natural immunity period. And a natural immunity period is like the time when you get a flu, and you're not going to get the flu again, hopefully, right, for another year after that. Well, COVID-19 is the same way. except that they don't know how much longer after you get it, you're actually safe from getting it again. And multiple people have gotten COVID-19 multiple times. And so because of that, even if you got the disease, or if somebody got it, you really want to emphasize that a vaccine is the right thing for them to do. And especially if it was early on in the process, because as of now, we really can't prove that you're safe from it for more than a few months after you first got it. Here, let me put myself back in here. Awesome. If you're vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask. Unfortunately, right now, that is a myth. However, there is some cool research coming out right now, especially around the Pfizer vaccine and the Moderna vaccine, which I know you guys have heard of, that says that, this might be accurate. So as of right now, if you're vaccinated or if somebody around you is vaccinated, you really still want to be wearing a mask. But we don't know that that's forever. And there's some research, and as the vaccines, as more and more vaccines come out, I think this is going to change. But as of right now, we just have to do the right thing. We have to wear the masks. And then the last myth is that the side effects are dangerous. And we're going to talk about the side effects of the COVID-19 vaccine in just a second. But all vaccines have some kind of inherent risk. Usually it's less than 0.0001%. And usually it involves an allergy, not the actual vaccine. So if you do have, allergy issues historically with vaccines, maybe you do want to ask your doctor before you get vaccinated. If you don't have any allergy history, you really have nothing to worry about. This is just a cool little way for us to show what we just talked about with the side effects. There's 3 vaccines right now that you guys can see on here. You can see vaccine A, which, and I'll make this bigger, vaccine A causes pain and swelling near the vaccine site. It causes a mild fever and chills with muscle aches, a headache, nausea, vomiting, and then a very, very, very small chance of an allergic reaction. Vaccine B causes a lot of the same symptoms. And actually here, I'll take this down so we can read a little better. It actually has a higher % chance of an allergic reaction, but still a very, very low chance of an allergic reaction. And it can cause high fever as opposed to mild fever, which high fever is like, over 100 degrees. You really want to see a doctor if you have a high fever, generally speaking. And then vaccine C, it causes a lot of the same symptoms, except, extreme drowsiness, seizures, difficulty breathing, and hives. This vaccine seems like something that everybody wouldn't take, that, maybe it's not necessarily safe. Well, the interesting thing about this is that the vaccine 3 is actually the polio vaccine that all of us have received. The vaccine 2 is the Tdap, which covers tetanus, diphtheria. It's also a vaccine that everybody has received. And that first vaccine, vaccine A, no, it's actually not the flu vaccine. That's the COVID-19 vaccine with less reported side effects and less serious side effects than many vaccines that people get daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. And so that's just something very important to keep in mind, that misinformation can be an important factor, and that we need to make sure that we really make a point to know all the details that we can know. And I would highly encourage you guys to fact check me on this and go find some side effect information on the vaccine. So how are you staying healthy? There's a lot of different ways to stay healthy. You can be active, you can eat better, and we're kind of going to summarize that for you guys later. I also want to talk about supplements and how supplements should be integrated into your lifestyle, but how your lifestyle should not be based around supplements. So right now we're going to hear from a doctor who talks about this kind of stuff relating to supplements you should consider taking, what you shouldn't take too much of, and how to be safe while you're doing it. With the magic of PowerPoint.
Hey, what's up, fam? Dr. Sam here. I hope that you're staying safe, self-quarantining, and washing your hands like a million times a day. In this video, I'll be talking about 5
Self-quarantine, wash your
supplements that
hands.
you can take to help your body protect itself and fight against COVID-19. Before I get into the video though, there are a few caveats. First, this video is intended for informational purposes only, and by no means does it replace the medical consultation you should seek out with your primary care doctor. Second, COVID-19 is a brand new disease, and therefore there isn't an abundance of research out there, and so the research that has been pulled together to support the use of these supplements are largely from trials done in the lab or in vitro studies, research done on previous iterations on the coronavirus. If you'll recall, the coronavirus is the virus responsible for causing the SARS epidemic, and we do have a lot of research on that, as well as research done on these supplements as far as figuring out their mechanism of action, as well as their intrinsic antiviral properties. I will be providing in the description below links to various research articles that provide evidence for the use of these supplements.
And if you guys have
I'll
any
also be
questions
talking
about that,
briefly the mechanism of action of these supplements and how they may confer benefit as far as protecting and fighting against COVID-19. I've adapted these recommendations largely from practices that we adhere to in my hospital, as well as from the Merrick COVID-19 protocol. And I'll also provide a link to that in the description below for your perusal. The third caveat is this. In medicine, and really in life in general, we should be doing a cost-benefit analysis before making any sort of decision. As far as I'm concerned, these supplements are largely safe, especially if taken judiciously, the recommended amount. These supplements are readily available, and these supplements are pretty cheap. Given all of those things, and the fact that they may confer some benefit, when friends and family ask me if I have any recommendations as far as prophylaxis or prevention is concerned, I do recommend these 5 supplements, and now I'm recommending these 5 supplements to you all. So without any further ado, let's swipe through. The first supplement that I would recommend is zinc. I provided a link in the description below to a research article that shows that zinc interferes with the coronavirus RNA polymerase, which is an enzyme that the virus uses to help replicate itself. Certainly in cell culture, zinc has been shown to inhibit the virus's ability to replicate itself by inhibiting that RNA polymerase. In my hospital, for those patients who are confirmed COVID positive, we are giving them treatment level doses of zinc, a mega dose to the tune of 220 milligrams per day. As far as you guys, for prophylaxis and prevention, I would recommend 50 milligrams of zinc. Because if taking such high levels of zinc, you can actually develop zinc toxicity, and you can interfere with the body's ability to use copper, which is another important cofactor. So I think 50 milligrams of zinc per day is appropriate. There are also some studies that show that taking zinc can actually shorten the duration of a cold by almost 1 day. So there's that added benefit as well. The second supplement I would recommend is vitamin C. I would recommend taking 1,000 milligrams every single day. It is well documented that vitamin C is an important cofactor for the proper functioning of the immune system. There is a link in the description below that shows that vitamin C is important for T lymphocytes, interferon alpha, interferon beta, and a number of other immunological properties. Vitamin C supports your immune system and has intrinsic antiviral properties. For those patients who are confirmed COVID positive in my hospital, we are treating them with 3 grams of vitamin C via IV twice a day. But for you guys, I think 1,000 milligrams would be appropriate. The other advantage of vitamin C is that it's very difficult to overdose on vitamin C. It's water soluble, and therefore you can pee it out. If you're curious about other vitamins you may or may not overdose on, check out my vitamin overdose video. There's a link in the description below. It's another video on my channel. So in summary, vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams a day. The third supplement I would recommend taking is melatonin. Melatonin is used as a sleep aid, and apart from helping to improve sleep, and of course, getting optimal amount of sleep, 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep per night is crucially important for the proper functioning of the immune system. But independent of that, melatonin has been shown to have anti-inflammatory, antioxidative, and immune-enhancing features. There's an article in the description below that I provided that supports this notion of using melatonin as prophylaxis in COVID-19, and currently there are trials as far as using melatonin as a therapy in COVID-19. As far as dosage, I recommend starting with 0.3 milligrams at nighttime, and then you can increase that to 1 to 2 milligrams. Of course, take melatonin at night. It makes you drowsy, so don't operate any heavy machinery or drive after taking melatonin. The fourth supplement I recommend taking is something called quercetin. Now, quercetin is a flavonoid derived from plants, and it showed a lot of efficacy in treating SARS, which was also caused by coronavirus. It did this by inhibiting an enzyme that the coronavirus uses called protease. There's a link in the description below to that study. I recommend taking 250 milligrams of quercetin twice a day, or taking 500 milligrams once a day. The fifth and final supplement that I would recommend is vitamin D. Vitamin D is something that has been studied immensely and has been shown in a multitude of studies to have immune-enhancing properties, as well as properties that help fight bacteria and properties that help fight viruses. There's a link in the description below to an article that talks about how vitamin D upregulates something called defensins. Now, defensins are little proteins that are found on the cell wall. So when the virus comes to attach itself onto the cell wall and then inject its DNA contents into the cell and take over the cell's machinery, the defensins are there in the cell wall and offer some protection. In addition to that, we're not getting a lot of sunshine right now, right? Because we're all quarantined and cooped up inside. So a little bit of vitamin D as far as bone health can go a long way. So I would recommend 1,000 units of vitamin D every single day. Just as an aside though, vitamin D is one of the vitamins you can overdose on. So again, if you are curious about vitamin overdosing, check out my vitamin overdose video. There's a link in the description below. Okay, so in summary, as far as supplementation is concerned, the 5 supplements that I recommend to help your body fight against and help to prevent COVID-19 are 50 milligrams of zinc, 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, 1,000 international units of vitamin D, 250 milligrams of quercetin twice a day, and 0.3 milligrams of melatonin at nighttime. If you found this video helpful, if you found this video useful, send it to your friends and family. Smash that like button. Leave a comment. If you have any other questions, feel free to email me at askdrsammd@gmail.com, or message me on Instagram, or leave a comment with your question. Before I go, I was going to tell you this amazing joke about pizza. Like, it was honestly phenomenal, but then I thought, oh, it might be a little too cheesy.
So I apologize for that super lame joke at the end. I did not write that script for that video, but super helpful information. We want to have a holistic lifestyle no matter what we're doing. We want to exercise daily. The Mayo Clinic recommends 30 minutes of exercise each day. Here, let me make this bigger so you guys can read it a little better. The Mayo Clinic recommends 30 minutes of exercise per day. We've already got a great head start today. We've already got a couple minutes of stretching and exercise. Let's eat healthy. Let's focus on vegetables, a low saturated fat diet. Emphasizing colorful vegetables have lots of antioxidants. They have lots of really healthy makeup to them. And then, of course, when you're eating meat, you want to eat lean meat and you want to eat fish. That helps you avoid fat and saturated fat as well. When you're taking supplements, if you're doing anything that's outside of the normal, make sure you talk to your doctor. If you take zinc, don't take more than 50 milligrams per day. Vitamin C, 100 milligrams. Vitamin D, don't take more than 1,000 units, which, you know, that might be something that when we're reading the bottle, we're a little bit careful to see what those units are. Quercetin, as he mentioned, 250 milligrams twice a day. And then melatonin, you want to take this at night. You want to take 0.3 milligrams. You don't want to operate heavy machinery, or drive after taking melatonin. And now we just want to give the opportunity, if anybody has any questions, shoot us a comment, shoot us a message. We'd love to help clarify any concerns, questions, misunderstandings about COVID-19. I really appreciate being able to do this program today. If you have any ideas for future programs, please shoot us a comment, shoot us a message, give us a call. Here, hold on. I can throw our phone number up here. And our phone number is the 803-541-1249. Give us a call if you have any questions. If you want to schedule your COVID vaccination, we're going to have some posts on the Facebook pages about it. Just go ahead and sign up through that. Message us if you need any help with it. My name is David. We really appreciate you guys tuning in today to our Barnwell County Senior Programming by Generations Unlimited. You see the logo right up there. Thank you to Generations Unlimited for putting this on. I am at Generations Unlimited in Barnwell right now. It's a pleasure to talk to you guys today. Have a wonderful Wednesday. We will see you next week.